If you love Tupac, Biggie,
All
Snoop
right, let's
Dogg,
check it out. Let's
Wu-Tang
check it out.
Clan,
Let's check it
Nas,
out.
and Jay-Z, you have to check out 90s hip hop. Tap the screen to listen now.
Let's go ahead and check this out real fast. I'm gonna go ahead and move my guy over here, and I'm gonna come right here. How we doing? All right. So first of all, happy Malcolm. What they say? Happy Malcolm. Happy Malcolm. What's the day? Happy Malcolm Tuesday. Happy Malcolm Tuesday to the world. I need to put some more honey in my tea. First of all, if y'all ain't grab y'all Joe already, you know what I mean. Grab your Joe. You know what I mean? That's what we doing. And I got my cup to. Hey, I don't know if y'all seen this cup. I don't know if I showed this one yet, but when my man Goku gets hot, you know what I mean? He KO canned on him, you know what I mean? And then the dragon appears too. So y'all see it when it cool down, but I got my Joe. I hope you got yours, man, because we about to rap on some real life, issues. Some again, we talking about the culture in the black community, some of the behaviors that's within the black community that's very destructive, that we're not saying anything. That's me putting honey in my tea. You know what I mean? So last week, to recap, that's the honey. I don't want y'all to think anything. Last week's recap. Nah, it wasn't even last week. I can't even say that. I'll say the probably 3 weeks ago. It's been a minute. Let me go ahead and explain what's been going on. How come I've been MIA with this morning Joe with Phil? You know what I mean? First of all, if y'all see me, I ain't got my specs, So when I'm driving in dark, nigga, I'm risking everything, just trying to see the roads, try to see what's going on in the world out there, trying to. So, and in the morning time when I left, the first time when I started doing it, it was mad dark. So I was like, nah, I can't be doing this. But I made it here again this morning. It was still super dark. So we gonna have to push this 7 o'clock start time probably till about 8. Probably till about 8. You know what I mean? And that's gonna be the move right there, just because I don't want to be on those roads and it's dark. That's not Malcolm. That's not the move. All right, but I got my Joe. Yeah, that's it right there. All right. So let's look at it. The topic. The topic today is, the boogeyman. The boogeyman, that's the topic. That's what we're looking at today. All right. Um, when we were growing up, watching movies and stuff like that of that sort, the boogeyman, we looked at as like Chucky, Freddy Krueger, Jason, Michael Myers, you know what I mean? Those niggas used to scare me back in the day. I ain't even get into the Exorcist type movies and stuff like that. But those were the boogeymans. That's who I was looking for underneath my bed or in the closets. Well, I ain't really have no bed or no closets, but that's who I was looking for in the dark. You know what I mean? So the boogeyman is real. I'm gonna just say that much. I'm gonna just say that much. The boogeyman is real. All right. I hope y'all sipping with me. Oh, at any point too, if y'all get a moment, go ahead and tap into. Y'all see the link. Make a chess move. You know what I mean. .org. Check out the website. If you're inclined to do so, go ahead and make a donation. You know what I mean. It'll be dope. Spin to our Facebook page, facebook.com Macam /Macam303. Once you do that, like something. You know what I mean. Shoot to the Instagram. Instagram.com /Macam303. All right. Once you do that, subscribe or like something, follow something. All right. And then we got our Twitter page, twitter.com, you know what I mean, /Macam303. Again, like something, go do something. So my first question, I'm going to ask y'all is, what were y'all afraid of when you were younger? What were y'all afraid of when you were younger? What kept you up at nights? That's question two. But before I shoot to question two, let me go ahead and put question one up there. You know what I mean? What were y'all afraid of? Oops. What were y'all afraid of when y'all were younger? What were y'all afraid of when you were younger? All right, and including in that, just keep in mind too, what kept you up at night. And I know some people similar to me didn't have, their own beds, didn't have their own rooms, didn't have closets, to have somebody come in and look underneath their bed to see if they had a boogeyman or a ghost or a monster underneath their bed or in their closet. We was just in the dark. We see shit in the dark. Our mind manifests shit in the dark. What kept you up at night? That's question two. That's question two. What kept you up at night? That's question two. All right. I haven't thought of question three yet, but just getting us started. What were y'all afraid of when you were? I have question three. Sorry, I have question three. I'm not posting it yet. Question one: what were y'all afraid of when you were younger? Question two: what kept you up at night? All right. And again, the Chucky movies, the Freddy Krueger's Nightmare on Elm Street, the Jason movies, all those joints, those were scary as shit to me. It made it hard for me to go to sleep. All right, and that was me as a kid. That was Phillip as a kid. 1990s in the 90s, Phillip. Being scared and stuff to go to bed and sleep in the bed by itself, and always need somebody to sleep with me type shit. But I still watch the scary movies. Not realizing too at the same time, I'm not gonna say I didn't realize, but I'm gonna say this much. With the realization that I knew in the back of my head that no toy is gonna come to life and attack me. And then realization in the back of my head too, no toy is gonna come to life and kill me. Like, it's a toy, my nigga. Like, I ain't gonna get taken out of the world by no toy, first of all. You know what I mean? So you can forget about that. All right. But again, coming back to our questions. Question number one: what were y'all afraid of when you were younger? Question number two: what kept you up at night? Question number two: what kept you up at night? And looking at question one again, why were y'all afraid of what you are afraid of? With me again, those movies, Chucky, all those scary monsters, you know what I mean? Forget about it. It was just the fact that I'm seeing it on the screen, which manifested something in my mental, you know what I mean? Which made it a reality to be scared of these fictional characters. I'm getting somewhere. I'm building it up. All right, I'm building it. This is going somewhere. Trust me. Trust me. I just want to know what y'all was afraid of. Again, this morning, Joe with Phil. You know what I mean? Phillip. We gonna scratch the Phil. That was teenage, early 20s, late 20s. Nigga 30 now. You know what I mean? In his 30s. Can't be getting called Phil no more. You call me Phillip. Yeah, intimate. Phillip. Who is the boogeyman? Who is the boogeyman? This is going somewhere. Y'all think it's not. Y'all think it's not. It's going somewhere. All right. Who is the boogeyman? It is going somewhere. Trust and believe. Who is the boogeyman? That's question three. So we just looked at what were y'all afraid of when y'all were younger. Just come up with one. That's it. We looked at what kept you up at night. Why were you afraid of that? What kept you up? That's the why. All right. And then we looking at who the boogeyman was. Translation. Translation now. All right, I'm an adult, grown man. I got kids, 4 of them to be exact. 17, 9, 5, and 4. 17, 9, 5, and 4. All right. In this new era, in this new day, um, we get access to news a lot faster than we had access to news in the 90s, than we had access to news in the 2000s. Right now, something pop off, somebody right there, they pulling their phone out and they, boom, where my phone at? They pulling their phone out and they, boom, they in that thing fast and early. Recently, I mean, it's so we looking at the boogeyman again, all right? And again, we have access to news, real life news, not no fictional characters, not Freddy Krueger, not no toys coming in, not no man wearing claws, a dude with a hockey mask, a dude with a whole mask on, you know what I mean? The dude with the scream mask on, where I'm getting to is we have access to news a whole lot faster. Um, the I didn't put my disclaimer out there earlier. Disclaimer. All right, this is my opinion. You know what I mean. A lot of this in this broadcast is not gonna be um uh it's not gonna be supported by evidence and all kind of years of facts. It's experience. All right. So that's the disclaimer. Some of the stuff y'all may like, some of it you may not. Um, yeah, that's it. So with that being said, also what I am saying too, some of it is not a representation of Make a Chess Move the organization. All right. These are my personal thoughts. But with that also said, I know that I just ain't gonna come off the air with no bullshit. All right. So um bullshit number one. I don't know. I'm trying to think of when I was younger, when I was a teen, when I was even in my single digits, who was a known black or brown or any person of color who was killed by the police. We know Rodney King was beat. We seen that. Um, I'm trying to think of who was publicly assassinated by the police in the 90s that I can think of, and I can't think of any right now. Is that to say that they weren't? What is that telling us? Is that to say that the police were not killing black and brown folks in the 90s like they're killing us now because we can see it and we have access to all of that? Or is it just the fact that we didn't have access to it and what they said is what it was? So looking at the boogeyman again, looking at the boogeyman again, as an adult, I was just sitting up here thinking, like, man, the boogeyman is the police. Let me say that again. I asked, who is the boogeyman? I asked, who is the boogeyman? The boogeyman, again, this is my opinion, and I'll give y'all my reasonings behind it. Again, the boogeyman nowadays, to me, to people who look like me, you know what I mean? Hella hella melanated, yeah, hella melanated, hella. All right, people who look like me. We see, we see the police gunning us down all day, every day, on YouTube, people posting it on social medias. It don't even have to be in a movie nowadays. The fact that when they do put it in movies, it's just a realization of what is going on in the world. The police is shooting and gunning down niggas, and then people, they say, well, he should have just listened. The police is gunning down niggas, and people say, well, he shouldn't have resisted. All right. People say, the police is gunning down niggas, and people are still saying, you know, what did he do to deserve getting killed? The police are the boogeyman. They exchanged that title by their actions to what we have seen growing up on TV. Am I the only one? Am I the only one feeling like the police are the boogeyman? Number one. In the terms of, like, we see this shit on TV and we can see this shit in real life. Like, this can really happen. This can really happen to me. Like, a toy killing me ain't gonna really happen. A nigga coming in with a scream mask on, it's a possible. But the police coming in here on some bullshit suspicions of whatever the fuck they want to make up can gun me down. They can say I bit him. That was something recently I just saw. A police officer, I mean, I don't like so at the end we are gonna provide solution. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna put it all on the police. I'm not at all. With myself, I try to, if there's something that I can do to keep control of every situation, whether it's a behavior that I display, and if it's a negative behavior and if it has negative consequences, I will try to change my behavior. All right, so we will provide solutions, but first, again, let's look at the police. Are they the boogeyman now? Are they the boogeyman? Ask my son, if he likes the police, number one, because I know, when, I would even say my little cousin, his generation, my little cousin Kyrie, when he was like 6 years old, and I went to his uh first grade ceremony thing, and they're asking the kids what they want to be when they grow up, what they want to be. All the kids, they saying they want to be a police officer, they want to be a fireman, they want to be a police officer. A whole lot of the kids are saying they wanted to be a police officer. My nigga Kyrie got up there and said he wanted to be a police officer. Gang banging, locked up right now. You wanted to be the police officer then. What happened? I mean, I have, um, let me see. I would say I got one homie, um, that is a police officer. And he told me that he pray to God that his kids don't want to be police officers when they get older. As a cop right now, black. Yeah, he's a black cop. And he told me that he prays to God that his kids don't want to be police officers when they get older. Again, the question: who is the boogeyman? Are the police our boogeyman now? Are they put in place to instill that fear in us to keep us, you know, subordinate, to keep us um, constrained, to keep us confined, to keep us, um, taking away our freedom at the end of the day? Because, we see our leaders getting killed, and me having kids. I know at a point before I had kids, I was, I die for this shit. This is my community. I put my work in. But now I got kids. I want to live to see my great grandbabies type of thing. I want to see legacy that I leave. And as the police sent, or has their mission shifted, pivoted, pivoted, has their mission shifted, unbeknownst to them, to keep that fear in us. Police is the boogeyman. Police is the boogeyman. Police is the boogeyman. I don't know. Yeah, that's very deep though. Yes, that's very deep. Um, Now looking at solutions. All right. Again, systems fucked up, period. But we're gonna look at solutions and what we can control in situations. Number one, um, before Nipsey said it came out of Marcus Garvey, we gotta watch how we react when we feel disrespected. All right. That's number one. And how we can watch how we react when we feel disrespected. Number one is y'all saw that, right? That was a whole breath. We got to take that time to breathe. We do have to take that time to breathe instead of just going off the rip fast. An old saying used to be, stop thinking. You know what I mean? And those who said that got caught up in an indictment, you know what I mean, way back. But breathe. That regulates our body temperature, number one. That regulates our mood, and that regulates the tone. A lot of the times when, again, I'm still dealing and I'm processing things myself, a lot of the times we don't get messages because of how it was said to us. That's me specifically. If you come off, oh nigga, you the coldest nigga, you so good, you so all this, you so, I'm gonna look at that as negative, just because of how it's coming off. Not saying what was said. I mean, I'm a but all this and but if it's coming out positive, that's gonna miss me completely. It's not what we say, it is how we say a lot of things. But coming back to it, I've had I would say, I'm gonna say 27. When I hit 27, that was when I became an adult. I'm gonna say that. All right. When I became an adult, I've had from 27 to now about 5 police interactions. all of them behind one truck that I had. I had it was a it was a 2009 um, Denali. It was a white Denali. It had the black tenants on it. It was a nice truck. You know, my daughter, she said that looks like the typical drug dealer truck. I'm like, what you talking about? This is cold. You know what I mean? So I'm in my Denali. But I'm saying all that to say it was that one truck that I got pulled over 5 times with in that one truck. All right. Not because I was doing something to break laws or anything like that. I'm a very good driver. I make complete stops. I don't speed for the most part. Um, and I drive with those who are driving around me in mind. I look and I stay in my mirrors. All right. So um saying all this to say that though when I had got pulled over, um I was heading to classes too, getting ready to teach my classes. I'm shaking in my core. I'm shaking like I can't even explain, me shaking. My body heat. I mean, y'all know me, I sweat off the rip period. But how this sweat came, if anybody was to come, it would look like that I was nervous, I was hiding something, whatever the case what it was. But every time that I had got pulled over, I mean, I'm shaking. My heart is, you can see my heart pumping and beating through my shirt type of shit. I don't know what's gonna happen. I call my schools. I call the schools, tell them what it is, tell them that I'm pulled over, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And they ask me, to keep me on the phone with them and stuff like that. So I keep them on the phone. I put my phone down. My hands is up. If y'all know me, if you've been in my car, my license, my ID, my insurance, and my registrations, it's all right there in the visor. So I can just reach right there, grab it, boom, boom. That's the motion, boom. Hands up, no nothing. Should it be like this? Fuck no. But am I trying to give them any reason? Fuck no. I'm not gonna reach for my back pocket in the wallet to get my other ID. I got another ID in my wallet, but I'm not gonna fucking reach in my wallet to get a back. No, fuck no. I ain't even gonna wait for them to ask to put my hands up. Intentionally, on purpose. I don't have my front windows tinted. On my cars, I went and got them tints out. I ain't got nothing to hide. That fear, I can't explain that fear that I mean it shut my whole day down. Every time I call the school, my voice is shaking now. They hearing it in my voice like I can't make it. I'm not, my head is not in there. I can't make it into the school. I wasn't even one time I wasn't even able to drive away right immediately. I had to sit there. So again, when it comes back down to solutions, controlling our emotions, controlling our breaths, I didn't know the power of breaths. I didn't know, how breathing could regulate your body, can regulate your temp, can regulate the tone. One truck. Yeah. That is a great point. That is a great point. hmm Ms. Simone said we don't need as many officers as we have. We need trusted community members that know their community. I mean, that's the problem too. So, oh shit. All right. So, we said trusted community members that know the community. That's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother discussion that we're gonna get into, but not today. That's a whole nother. again, we talking about the black and brown community. We talking about the destructive behaviors within the black and brown community. We're doing this in Morning Joe with Phil, Tuesdays at 7 o'clock in the morning. No, we're gonna push this to 8, just so I don't have to drive in the dark. All right, we're gonna do this Tuesdays at 8. All right, and then we also have our Make a Culture Move podcast, where we have our youth talking about the issues from their perspective within the black and brown community. So you're getting it from our youth and also from, grown black men, grown black king around here. You know what I mean? Real life kings. Um, but that is a whole nother conversation. I will say this real fast. Um, there are those who's doing the work, who build the relationships, and it's with intention. All right. And then there are those who claim to do the work, can't rally the youth who are out there, can't get them to show up, because they feel like if they bring the youth from their community into a room with the youth that they're gang banging and been shooting at for the past 10 years into the same building with those youth, then there's going to be funk that they're going to be shooting at each other and all this other madness. Me, I feel like if the relationships are built with intention, and it's not no bullshit relationships, it's something that's these is relationships that gray hairs is going to manifest. These are relationships that you're going to see children and become family men, family women, husband and wives from babies in middle school that you saw. So it's going to take time, and the end goal is, if you were to bring your youth into the building with youth from a different sector, they shouldn't move on the strength of you. They shouldn't move on the strength of y'all's relationship. And if you question that, whether or not that they're going to flex on their ops or whatever the case may be, if you question that, then that, again, says enough about the community members and knowing their community. So again, but that's a whole nother topic. But I got about 15 more minutes. I spent more time on that than I wanted to, but I want to come back to this. You know what I mean? I'm gonna come back to this. My next topic. I'm not gonna do this right now either. So I think I'm gonna keep this on the topic of I'm gonna keep it on the topic of, the boogeyman and cops being the boogeyman. All right. But just so y'all know, if y'all have not seen, my man E40, he came out with, he got like a few different tequilas out. He got a few different wines out. He got a few different cognacs out. You know what I mean? My man, he killing in an alcohol game. He see that alcohol can provide some money, all right, some real life money, some residuals. Problem. I'm not gonna say problem. We're gonna leave it up as a question for our next session or 2 other sessions from now, because our next session is gonna be crazy. It's starting the alcohol, liquor, wine, whatever business, alcohol business. Is that the best move for the black community? Is that the move we should be making and putting our money into when it comes to the black community? And if it is the right move, if that's the move that we should make for the black community, what is happening with that money? What, in turn, is that money given to the black community? All right. Said that because there's a new alcohol or new wine in Denver that dropped. I ain't gonna put it out there right now, but for as many black folks to get behind it as there is, and me looking at the destructive behaviors and patterns in the black community, that's another one though. But y'all know what we do, man. This is it. I ain't got no more for y'all. You know what I mean? You want to stay tuned in? Stay tuned in. I'm gonna try to finish this game. I'm gonna give it another 5 more minutes. But yeah, I ain't got no more. If you want to tap in, tap in. But we here every Tuesday at 8 o'clock, bright and early. You know what I mean? Follow us on Instagram. You know, everything is Macam303. All right. Follow us on Facebook, like the page, do the Twitter thing, you know what I mean? And go check out our website. You know what I mean? We putting in some work. You know, I want y'all to check out the website because it is pretty dope. All right. And give me some thoughts. If y'all got some comments or some topics that y'all want to toss out there, you know what I mean? By all means, shoot it out here. You know, if you bright and early, you know, and want to pull up to the studio and want to rap on these issues, by all means, let's get together. Let's make it happen. Lord knows I ain't no talker, but I do got. Y'all know about this. You know what I mean? Y'all know about it. Yeah. We drinking good in here. We drinking real good. I tried to hit the screen like it was a phone. Yeah, we drinking real good in here. I mean, we get big bags of tea. Big bags. Now look at Goku. He's not as fired up now on his Kaioken. See, he's kind of disappearing because it's cooler down. But yeah, let me get back to this game. Back to my tunes. Y'all know what it is. Peace.